everybody, we're back for Kuso6rande, the bad video game tournament. I want to give a thank you to Big Mike for the raid, for everybody who has subscribed and helped support the channel. We give out $2,000 plus worth of prizes each year. Hopefully we'll be able to raise that even more. If you would like to support, since this is now sort of my full-time shindig, that would be extremely helpful. I appreciate those who are helping to keep this stream rolling. Now let's go ahead and jump over to our reveal. Say hello to our good friend, Tepistrol. Justin, why are you so scared? He just made a shock noise. He's like,
Hello.
Hello, Tepistrol.
How's it going?
Oh, going great. How are you?
I'm all right. I went to a social event yesterday for the first time since March 10th, 2020, and it was amazing.
What did you do?
I just hung out with some friends and friends of friends.
Heck yeah.
There's a pool. It was great, and it was like, wow, the before times are back again.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, here's
It's
the
amazing.
deal. I know that there's still a pandemic going on. If you watching haven't gotten a vaccine and you can, then you should.
Go get it. Go
get
It's good for your health.
because
it's good for
then
health.
you can go outside and not feel guilty / stupid / politically charged. You know, you could go outside and not worry about all of those things quite as much. Seriously, go do it. And yeah.
If you haven't got a vaccine, go stick it to the libs by getting a vaccine. It's as easy as that. Is that too much? I'll take it back. Anyways,
Well,
am I gonna get kicked off?
oh my.
Sorry.
Well, no, it just makes me think of my family and my dad. My mom's a nurse. She's very Republican, but she's a nurse, and she's like, all these people piss me off. Coming in,
Yeah.
you know, and they're sick.
The doctors
they
in my
don't
family
have
are
a
like that
vaccine.
too.
Yeah, and like, I love my mom because even if she is very much on the conservative side, she definitely sees through all of the crap that's been floating around with that. Yeah, I would say that, guess what? You know, when you're an adult, you can usually just suck it up and go and get a little
I hate
poke.
needles.
Yeah.
I hate needles. I got stabbed in the arm twice. I felt like garbage for a day. It was worth it because now I got to go hang out with my friends and I not wear a mask and know for a fact I'm not going to get sick from it. It was awesome.
Not only that, but that you're not going to get them sick.
Yeah, well, yeah, that also. I mean, obviously that's also true.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I feel pretty great.
I'm sorry.
I woke up at
I'm
5
so
o'clock in the morning, too.
distracted. It's just, please do it, everybody. It is the considerate thing to do. And yeah. You know what else is considerate? Making people suffer.
Yeah, and this game.
I mean, in a non-terminal way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this game's interesting. It's okay. The game we have today is it feels like a bit of a softball, and there's a part of me that's worried that this is a little too easy for round 3. But I know in my mind, I'm Tempestrel, you're walled at boss 2. You can't get past it no matter how many times you try. So I know that it's hard, but I also know that I'm not as good at games as most people in this tournament. So, you know, I am feeling a little wary about this game, but it sneaks up on you, and I'll explain as we get into the game. Today's game is going to be, well, it's a game about small animals and rage.
So
And X-Men.
angry bunnies. Oh no, X-Men. Uh-oh.
But it's not the one that most people are going to think of. Actually, it is X-Men Wolverine's Rage for Game Boy Color.
Wolverine's Rage? Why is he so angry?
I don't know. I mean, there's in fact another game, Wolverine Adamantium Rage on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm aware of that one. I'm aware it's not good.
That more people know of, and it's worse than this game in my opinion. But we're not playing that one.
Yeah, no, we're playing Game Boy Color. I don't think I'm familiar with this game, although it brings back strange, like, feelings that I might have touched this at one point.
Yeah, so some people are saying, yeah, this isn't as bad as Wolverine, isn't as bad as Wolverine Adamantium Rage, and I would actually agree with that for a variety of reasons. But this game has some real nonsense in it that you might not notice at first. I didn't give out Adamantium Rage. I gave it 2 games by the same studio who made Adamantium Rage. I really wanted to give it out.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and say that there is no shame on giving a game that you think is a little bit easier or a little bit nicer. In fact, I sometimes do that in later rounds and have seen people rage quit because of the games that I thought were like nice or softballs. But you really never know until people jump into them.
This one will definitely do that to you. The big kicker with this game is that it's full of forced hits everywhere.
Oh,
and the enemies, this starts off, you could get through the first few stages and go, this is easy. And then eventually you will get to the end and go, or halfway through the game and go, why do all the enemies soak up damage like it's nothing? So that's a little, it gets frustrating.
That's fun. Well, I'm working on getting everything captured and looking all pretty for people here. So, yeah, tell me, how are you doing? What's going on in life? I know that you got to go and socialize with people on your non-going outside days. What else are you doing? Any fun games you've come across?
I mean, I would tell you about one that I'm really happy for, but unfortunately it's a game I want to give out for Kuso6rande. Not because it's bad, but because it is so mind-bogglingly strange, that
I love me a good strange game.
It's good games of Grande, but it's like Bakage, so I want to give it out here. I've been doing a lot of prep for License-a-thon. It's this weekend, and that terrifies me.
Yeah, that's right. I know that we shared some of the advertisements here. Everybody should watch License-a-thon if you get the chance, okay? We have a lot of people in the community who are playing for that. And as per tradition, I said I wanted to submit and then forgot.
Yep.
I'm really good at doing that. Look, I've got ADHD. It's my life.
Same. No, look, there was a bunch of stuff that I wanted to have done like a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not. Yeah, does anyone have the License-a-thon schedule? I can post it if that's okay.
Yes, please do. I would love to see the schedule. Yeah, simply put, community members around here are participating in multiple events all over the place. I love to support them. I love to let people know when other events are happening. It's completely fine to consider us a little bit of a hub when it comes to finding out about new things. So, yes, please share that.
Yeah, we got a bunch of really great games, including stuff from folks who are in Kuso6rande. You may remember that, for example, a couple of, I guess it was a couple months ago now, there was the game Trolls for C64, and Dude not only beat the game before everyone else, but lapped everyone else like 3 times over. Well, he's running Trolls, I believe.
Oh, jeez.
I did put him in the schedule, didn't I? Yeah. I couldn't find his name. Yeah, he's running Trolls.
You know what's great? I've actually completely blocked that game from my memory.
It was great. We got Golgo 13 for NES. We got such great games as... there's a couple different Cars games. We have 102 Dalmatians, which is one of my favorite licensed games of all time. It's unironically a great speed game that nobody in their right mind would think was a good game because it was based on a live-action sequel to a Disney movie that nobody wanted.
Yeah, I could see that.
We got Tintin in Tibet.
Oh, I love... Which one?
Yep.
The Super Nintendo?
No, Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color one is legit a good game.
Oh, okay.
Like, seriously, I love that version of Tintin in Tibet, as well as Prisoners of the Sun. I have cards for Game Boy Color for both of those because they're amazing.
Oh, I'll have to try it out then. I remembered at least one Tintin game being awful, and I couldn't remember if it was that one or the other. What else do we have? We have Dragon Ball Z, Legend of the Super Saiyajin by our only drum boardist. Fantastic runner and great game.
Okay,
I'm really looking forward to this weekend.
All the Super Nintendo Game Boy games, those are the bad ones. And like they're so unironically bad. Like I do think that the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games do have some issues, but not really that many. Okay, checking with the players to see if they're set. Oh. Wolverine. Well,
Special thanks to God? What? I didn't swear.
well, I mean,
This game
I
is
like
silly.
the thanks to parents. You know, why not throw that in? That's fine.
There's no harm in it. It's just like, I'd never seen that before. I feel like I would have noticed that.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the countdown. Everybody, you need to bring out all of your angry emotes. What else? What else would be good?
Wolverine, anything related to Marvel, really. If you, for whatever reason, have an emote of Deathstrike, Lady Deathstrike, or Cyber, characters I had never heard of until I played this game,
Yeah.
then go ahead and use them. I will be amazed.
Spam, please, because we are getting started. Yeah, thank you. I love you, chat. You are all awesome.
So,
I'm gonna assume more awesome than this game.
this game's not very good. So, this game is a platformer. Oh man, yeah, nice. I love that people are already getting hung up on the wall jump. Okay, so this is a platformer. You run, you jump, you attack things. The controls are A, jump, B, attack, start, pause. Select does nothing as far as I can tell. Kate also looked, and it seems like select is used for cheat codes, but I said it did nothing, so I told them I could be wrong, and they should test, but they don't think it does anything either. So this game might seem pretty easy, right? You see how straightforward these levels are. Here's the best feature of the game, by the way, which is that every single time Wolverine completes a level, he goes Jeb. He does the Jeb pose, 100% Jeb.
Oh yeah!
And I love that. I love that meme so much.
Pose.
I
that's
love it.
Beautiful.
I love the Jeb memes so much. I don't even like Jeb Bush. I just think it's Jeb, please clap Bush is so funny.
Oh, it's so good. You know, 100% of the world voted Jeb.
They all voted Jeb.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I spilled coffee on my shirt.
You know, to be fair, that would have I would have been okay with that in 2016. Like,
But
comparatively.
spilling coffee now is like not okay.
Oh no. So the Jeb pose. Oh, it's too perfect.
But I noticed it like half an hour ago, and I was like, this is the best. I wish I noticed this before. So okay, this might look easy, right? This looks pretty straightforward. You walk around, you attack. It looks a little clumsy to play, but you know, not the most offensive thing in the world, certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly not the most offensive thing I've given out.
Oh, for sure.
But this game, you may notice that, oh, the special move. Okay, I'll get back to the special move. I forgot about that, actually. This game has a number of fatal flaws. One of them is that you are constantly forced to take damage. It's the enemies feel like they should only die in one hit at the start of the game. They mostly die in 2 hits, and it really makes you feel not powerful, which is sort of the opposite of what you want in a superhero game. But also, they don't like recoil from your attacks. They just sort of take damage and flash a bit, and they'll keep attacking you. So it's really frequently you'll attack an enemy, and then they'll attack you immediately after, and you'll just take damage that you weren't expecting. A number of players now have figured out how to do the special move. I believe the special move is performed using quarter circle forward A or quarter circle forward A plus B. I can't remember what the exact input is, but it's really easy, as I recall, to get the special input without wanting it. It does a lot of damage, but it also drains your life bar, and you can't jump while it's going on, and you aren't invincible while it's going on either. So you frequently pull it out by accident and then get killed for it. If you're near an enemy that has a gun and you can't get to him in time, he will mow you down.
Well, that's great.
At least, well, Hadouken motion is on GBC pad. That's not that bad. There are worse D-pads to do a Hadouken motion on.
Yeah, like trying to use the
GameCube
D-pad
controller.
at all for the GameCube. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Which that's how I ran Tintin in Tibet at
Christ,
JDQ.
why?
Because that was the only way that we could rely, like, that I could get it captured was using a GameCube.
There are adapters for that, my friend. Maybe not back then. I don't know. When was this?
I don't know. What, do you think that I actually, like, keep track of the space-time continuum and all that?
I try not to.
But yeah, that was not the most enjoyable pad to use for a speed run, and simply put, I would play emulator over a Game Boy Color on the GameCube any day.
No, that's fair. Oh, okay. So we reached our first boss. This is where I think, okay, this is where I think a significant number of our players are going to lose. So a really tempting thing to do, if you look at Clade's screen, a really tempting thing to do is run to the left and immediately jump off the ledge thinking there's something there. There is not. There is an instant death pit. You have to wait for this elevator you can't see at the start of the level to come down and get you, and then you go up to where Cyber is. I don't know Cyber. I don't know this villain at all, and I'm pretty knowledgeable about Marvel. So must be like some sort of minor villain, or I just don't know who it is. Cyber will jump across these roofs. He'll punch you. He punches really hard. You can pull out the special move to take down his health, but it will drain your health too, and sometimes he'll charge at you and jump off the building. Unfortunately, if he jumps off the building, he will die, but if he pushes you off the building or you fall down, you will also die, and if you die at all before or after him, you lose the level, so you have to do it again.
Yeah, by the way, this is a villain first appearing in 1991 in the X-Men. Apparently, the first time he appeared, he was wearing a trench coat and hat, but was later fully revealed. He is specifically a human mutant, part of the Pinkerton National Detective Agency.
Oh, so, Pinkerton, okay.
Yeah, he's like from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Does Pinkerton still exist? They're pretty old.
I think they still exist, yes.
Like, the last time I heard anything about Pinkerton in fiction was... Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, they've got a really interesting history that I think I've looked up before and I completely forgot about it.
Oh, they're still around. Really interesting. Gross.
Apparently they complain about Red Dead Redemption 2 because it makes them look awful. But yeah,
that's
they kind of
fair.
Are. So, sorry, Pinkerton might be coming after Kuso6rande in the future. You know what?
Oh.
I actually kind of like the animation. I'm watching Mooware's animation. The idle animations for some of the enemies are really well done. They're fluid. Wolverine's animations are fluid. This is
probably the best
impressive.
part about this game. Visually, for the GBC, this looks quite good.
I love how this looks.
Zimbu laughed. I think in Discord, I think he may have cheesed the boss, which is the way. There and Clade also just cheesed the boss. Really, that boss. Yeah, you basically just have to get him to run off the edge. It's the best way to defeat him because he instantly dies. So this is where the game gets stupid. The first few levels you think were kind of simple, a little bit of a maze. See these dudes on Mr. Zimbu's screen, the samurai? I don't know how to get past them without taking damage.
You do?
I think you can. I think I may have once or twice, but consistently doing it is not trivial. Like, you'll hit them, they instantly swipe at you, and then you hit them again and they die. Not taking damage, I think, requires you to crouch and do a crouch stab, which is like your longest range attack. What makes it worse is that this level is rather long, and it's a maze. The Tokyo area is a colossal maze.
Yeah.
It's really, really easy to get lost, and there's a bunch of this is like getting over at the level. There's a bunch of places where you will fall down, and it'll drop you into an area that you were already in.
Oh, there we go. So, Mr. Zimbu attacking from below. That is a decent way to take down that samurai dude, yeah.
Or jumping over the enemies. Skipping enemies is a good strat for this game.
True. You know, I thought long and hard about mandatory damage in games, and honestly, I think it's really a case-by-case basis whether or not it's allowed, and here's why. Like, RPGs definitely have plenty of cases where everybody is going to take damage at some point. There's no way to evade it. That's just how it goes. And health management can be something that's very important. I would say that if you do have mandatory damage, at least have tons of health up so that, or checkpoints, so that people can actually recover from that relatively quickly. You know,
Yeah.
it
I've been playing a lot of
could make
Monster
for
Hunter
a
Worlds.
fantastic mechanic in some cases, like difficult places to go to that you have to have a certain life cap in order to survive. Like, anyway, yeah. If done well, I think it can be a good mechanic, but not
I'm not
always.
fond of it myself, but so like I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World, and the point where I am right now at the end of Iceborne is I have to discover a bunch of raid bosses, and that's sort of like the last few monsters that I have to unlock.
Okay.
And a number of, I think every raid boss except for Call of Taroth has a damage check where you have to survive like a heat wave or something like that, and if you don't, the idea I think is basically, do you have good enough armor and have you been avoiding taking damage? And if you haven't been doing either of those things, then you just will die. I don't particularly like that. I do like what Call of Taroth does, where she'll just leave if you aren't doing enough damage to her, right? You do enough damage. If you do enough damage, she'll walk away to the next area of the raid dungeon, but she won't. But if you don't do enough damage, then she just leaves the locale and the game, the mission's over. Then you get partial rewards.
See,
I actually like that.
One thing that I kind of think would make what you're talking about more enjoyable is if you had like ways to mitigate or lower like the total amount of damage that you take at that point.
Oh, you do.
Just, okay, you do.
You slot in decorations or wear armor or use hunting horn skills that prevent you from taking
I mean in the
damage.
middle of the fight.
Yes.
Not like
well,
before.
so you
Like-
can bring out the hunting horn, or you can use you know, an armor skin or something. But it's still like there is counterplay to it, and you know, depending on which enemy it is, you can like hide behind a rock.
Yeah.
But then you get to like upgraded versions of those monsters, and like the rocks disappear, and then they do their Nova attack, and it's like it. Monster Hunter is a series that has got a lot of cruft tacked onto it from all the way from the very beginning of the series, so I'm not gonna go too hard on it, but it can be a little frustrating sometimes.
Muir managed to dodge the samurai, by the way, so it's doable.
It's
he
definitely
did a jump
doable, it's just
attack.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like I may have figured it at one point, but I just forgot. So now we're on an even worse stage. Zumu's doing really well here. These forest levels are a little frustrating. They're also kind of maze-like. But the big thing is that there's traps everywhere now. Oh, you do have healing in this game, for what it's worth. You just have to stand still. If you crouch even and stand still, you don't get it. But if you just stand there and do nothing, he does heal rather slowly.
Okay.
It's actually fast enough that you can it can actually make it take longer for like level 1 enemies to kill you, but later on the enemies do enough damage that it doesn't really matter. Like you can't like use it to increase your life as they're attacking you. It does have a healing mechanic. You just stand.
Oh, I still love the Jeb Bush pose. It's too good.
It's isn't it great?
Yeah. By the way, the company that made this game is Digital Eclipse. They've made a few games, I believe, that we've seen here before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then they made some all-right stuff, as I recall, didn't they?
They did Tubin for Game Boy Color.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. that's a pretty low.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's that. Someone was saying they also worked on Little Nicky for Game Boy Color. I'm not sure I'm seeing that right now, but
they might have.
I'm just browsing really
that
quickly.
game also had kind of fluid animation, and it still looked ugly.
The Dragon's Lair Game Boy Color game.
Oh no! I take back what I said. I thought that they made good things. Dragon's Lair GBC is so awful. It's like one of the worst
Stitch for
games.
GBA. Maybe that was good.
I doubt it, but I want to know now.
Yeah, they definitely did Little Nicky. They made X-Men Reign of Apocalypse. I'm not familiar with that one. Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers. Oh, they did a lot of shovelware. Spyro 2 Season of Flame.
That one was pretty okay, wasn't it? Spyro Season of Flame?
I have no idea.
The Spyro handheld games were at least acceptable, as I recall.
They made Disney's 101 Dalmatians 2 Patches London Adventure. which
For
is
Game
going
Boy
to
Color?
be in
PS1.
PS1.
Oh, so that's actually in License-a-thon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have 2% Milk running that game right before 102 Dalmatians, which is awesome. Unfortunately, Patch's Adventure is not nearly as it's pretty uninspired. It's not nearly as 2% Milk is watching this. I'm sorry, but I think he knows. He even said it himself in his submission for the marathon.
It's like,
it's really unfortunate that it isn't as interesting, but it is still a good speed game.
Yeah, I know this is the inferior 101 Dalmatians game. Oh, True Anonyman getting past that cloudy fuck. I just love it. Or no, I guess True Anonyman didn't beat it. Whee!
Oh, the boss? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you die after even if the boss falls off the cliff and then you fall off the cliff, the boss wins that interaction.
Dumb. That is dumb.
It's very dumb. They made the game based on Disney's Dinosaur. I was unfortunately out for that match, but I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that movie that I forgot existed.
Wait, they made
really
what game? Season of Flame after Disney's Dinosaur, or what game?
No, they made Dinosaur after Dinosaur.
What?
I always call that movie. They made Disney's Dinosaur after the movie Dinosaur by Disney. A movie I always called Aladar.
Okay, I thought they were saying that somebody made Disney's Dinosaur the game and then based Spyro after that, and I was like, Spyro has such humble origins.
So I'm noticing that Mr. Zimbu is doing way better than I was expecting. He's still got. Oh, he just picked up another life. Wow. He's got 3 lives and is managing to do. Yeah, is using the crouch stab to avoid taking damage. I thought that's what it was.
Okay.
So these. This is Tokyo 4 and where Zimbu is right now, and this level is a big maze, but it's also because of the size of the stage and the position of the enemies, a lot of the enemies will like respawn if you go down a side path. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to avoid taking damage from a lot of the enemies. It's just generally kind of rough to play.
Yeah. By the way, the person who did the audio for this is actually working on the music for the game Space Jam: A New Legacy. I believe that's coming out soon. They did music for Medieval, which is actually a fairly good game. I like that. Audio director for some of the Rock Band games out there. Yeah, they've done a lot of great games. They've also been directing audio for Shrek and Roll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have bad news for you. I forgot to start a prediction. We're 15 minutes in. I feel like it's too late now.
It's probably too late. Everybody, sorry. You can predict next year.
Xerxes asks, can we take bets on if Mr. Zimbu beats the game?
Oh, apparently there was one started, so too bad.
Oh, there was? Oh,
yeah.
Hedge Maze is just, oh, okay, I see. Oh, it says choose outcome. It does, doesn't it? Well, Hedge Maze is way more on top of our job than I am, so thanks, Hedge Maze.
Just that awesome.
Yeah, thanks. You're the best.
This music leaves a lot to be desired. I gotta say, it's okay, just not great.
It would be a lot better if it wasn't such a short loop and if it wasn't so repetitive. Like, it's just constant, you know? I don't think it gets much better later on either.
Game Informer magazine, by the way, wrote a review that says, jump on a few platforms and look for exits. If you see someone, duck their attacks, then hit A 2 times to kill them. There, I've just described the entire game so you don't have to buy it.
That is a very good review. That's actually maybe the perfect review. It's succinct. It is accurate to the entire gameplay experience. There is no story to review. I mean, there is, but there functionally isn't. So yeah, that actually may be the best review ever written for a video game.
I love it. There are a lot of levels, though. Like,
there are 16 levels.
How come I see a level 18 password then?
Let me go. Where is that? Well, that's a good question, Rosentia. Why do you see a level 18 password? This is on you now. A naughty man is having a bad time. And I don't blame him. This boss sucks. Oh, there he is. Where was he before? The problem a naughty man is having here is he's trying to actually fight the boss. Oh. But he got him onto the lower platform. Just let him jump off. It's kind of tough to bait Cyber. Yeah, there you go. Jab.
Why is Muware fighting a beating heart? Jab!
I don't know.
I'm not a huge fan of the beating heart, but okay. Trees should
gross.
not have hearts. Okay, not even in Indiana Jones, the second movie, trees didn't have hearts.
Oh. Should I?
What? Should you what?
Oh, the music does get a little better.
This is okay.
Should I describe the story of this game just a little bit for context? Why are we doing all this?
Yeah, give it to me.
So, the plot of this game is that Lady Deathstrike, a character I had never heard of before I played this game. There's a pattern here. Lady Deathstrike is apparently building a machine to that will melt adamantium, and like some sort of ray, and she can melt Wolverine's adamantium skeleton, which is pretty gross. So it's not done yet. So he's gonna go and stop her from finishing it.
Okay.
Along the way, there are villains such as Cyber, regular Deathstrike, Lady Deathstrike, who has oh my lord, what
What
was that?
What happened?
She's a major enough character. I did not. Japanese lady with Wolverine powers. Was Lady Deathstrike in one of the movies? Was she in the Wolverine? The one with Lizard? I actually liked that one.
I didn't see that one. I heard it was good, but again, I sort of morally avoid many of the Marvel movies just because they have been so repetitive in the past. I guess they're not as repetitive now, but maybe
they've been doing some interesting things.
Yeah.
Oh, she was okay. I see. She was fights in X2. Okay, I don't remember X2 at all. This sprite just makes me think of Elektra, to be honest. She's got the red headband and what looks like knives, but I guess it's fingernails. So yeah, Zimbu and Clades are both fighting Lady Deathstrike. This is where I'm walled currently. So okay, here's how this fight goes. Lady Deathstrike appears from the sky. She zooms around. She does like a bison slide and punches you, and then she leaves and stands up on one of those sort of balconies, points and gestures at you, and then drops from the sky and bison slides around for a bit and repeats.
Okay.
So I don't know how to avoid taking damage in this fight. I'm actually walled here.
Oh, you haven't beaten this boss?
No, she does so much damage.
She does, yeah, she is.
And here's the thing. Unlike the first boss, right? Cyber, you can get him to run off a building, and it's not even that hard. You just sort of have to get lucky with his moves. But, like, there's a big pit over half the level, so it's pretty easy to get him to jump off if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, Clades is doing
you have
pretty
to
well
actually fight. Clades, I think, is doing what I was going to try next, which is jumping over and doing air attacks. It is still kind of hard to avoid taking damage. She's dead! But, oh, wow, there you go. Clades has done it. Everyone is shouting in the chat for this game.
Yeah, I think that they might be a little bit frustrated with it. I would say the best thing this game has going for it definitely is the graphics, though. I like the graphics a lot for Game Boy Color. So
this is the third area. Clades has activated the special attack for some reason. This area looks cool. This is probably the Savage Land or something. Oh, you just killed that puppy.
The puppy did nothing.
Can we just qualify this player?
Oh, that's it.
The dog was doing nothing.
5 minutes off his timer.
This does unironically look quite good for a Game Boy Color game. This is like approaching, maybe not approaching GBA. I guess the GBA was a big step up. Oh my god, never mind. The dog just latches onto you like a head crab. Okay, well, I
wait,
guess maybe it was justified.
The cutest type of head crab.
Grabs you.
Aw.
So maybe it was wise to have killed the dog.
Yeah, sorry, can you pet the dog? The answer is no. You can kill the dog. Oh no, Muware is up to Lady Deathstrike as well. Very
Got them
nice.
Lady Dimitrescu claws. I don't like that. She got them long fingers. The fingies. Oh, wow. Oh, Muware got bullied. Oh, that was awful looking.
So apparently there is a safety spot in this fight where you can regenerate health if needed, apparently.
Yeah, so I found a game facts. I don't know if, is that what you're looking at?
Yep.
You'll notice the game fact says there you can stand in one spot and they don't tell you what spot it is.
The spot.
They say you can stand in one spot to
Uh-oh, Muware is...
You think the character describe an old one? Yeah, you people are familiar with the character.
Nope.
Oh, I don't think so. You can sort of bully the character in the corner, but I think she just slides out. Because she passes through you if she slides.
Interesting.
How do you regenerate health? You regenerate health by standing still. I don't know entirely what the mechanics of the regenerate are. It might work like Lagoon, where it just checks on certain frames, so you can stutter walk. But I haven't tested it.
Yeah,
there might be more likely there's a timer that checks if you're pressing any buttons.
It looks like getting her in her sliding loop is the best way to deal with her. Mr. Zimbu is also on that fight.
Oh, Muware beat it.
Very nice, Muware.
That moves Muware to second place. And then we have Zimbu in third and Anonyman in fourth at the present moment. Although Anonyman is catching up. After getting that, it seems like he got stuck on Cyber, but is now making his way through these levels pretty well. Oh, but tried to jump over this. Yep. You can jump over these guys, but it's pretty rough. In some places you can't always do it.
Just so people know as well, this is a match where the players have 15 points, which means that only one of the players will be eliminated because of this match. So not too big of a concern for everybody here, but still, the better you do here, the more likely you make it into the bracket.
Yeah.
You do not want to be slacking during this game.
That is why I was a little worried about this being a softball. At the same time, I figure this game has a pretty common Kuso symptom, which is forced hits and awkward controls. And if you can't manage forced hits, then that is something that I would want all of our competitors to be able to handle, right? So I figure this is a good separator game, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good filter of sorts. Although anyone who's gotten to this round has already done better than I did in the last Kuso6rande, so by all means, be proud of that.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly,
I can't remember what I did in the last Kuso6rande.
Clades jumping into the lava. Lava hurts, I think. Or is that mud? That didn't
bubbling,
hurt.
But then again, a lot of mud bubbles in old video games for some reason.
Yeah, why
so
do you
I'm
make
not sure.
bubbly mud? I have never seen carbonated mud.
Put mud in your, what are those things called? Your soda stream.
Yoo-hoo.
Quicksand. Oh, quicksand doesn't really bubble though.
Oh, I guess Yellowstone, it bubbles. But
Does
that
it?
also burns. Yeah.
There's a volcano under Yellowstone though.
Well, yeah. There's lava under a lot of places, actually literally everywhere. Go deep down enough. I guess it's magma still, not technically lava, but still. Everywhere has some lava. Magma. But yeah, Yellowstone, it's just closer to the surface.
Can I read a review that was posted in chat? This is a game facts. There are usually different songs per level, and they can consist of some finely tuned rock, nice techno beats. But when you're at the main menu, the music sounds like something from the Muppet Babies or something, which is utterly despicable. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 sounds like Muppet Babies.
Blade says, I didn't expect to see Wolverine getting humped by dogs today, I gotta say. Neither was I.
Welcome to Kuso6rande, where
Wait,
sometimes you get that.
has Clades already beaten Sabretooth? I looked away for a second and looked back and he's dead?
It's dead, yeah.
Okay. I'm a little worried that we're gonna see a game completion. I didn't want that.
I don't care. Why do you care?
Because I was worried about this being a softball, and now I'm like, well, I just, you know, if we see a completion that fast, you know.
Hey, as long as we get at least half an hour of good quality content, trademark, yeah, then...
True. It's not 10 minutes, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Have you ever seen some of the games I gave out?
Yeah. You know, the problem is that I'm looking at my list of games here, and I gave this one out because I knew it would be fitting, but I'm looking at the games and it's like not familiar enough, like repeats that I'm not familiar enough with yet, and then Nuke, Gauntlet State, and then a game that I can only give out in brackets, like a couple games that I really don't want to look at 4 screens for. So like, I have a lot of nukes that are like potentially worse than most of the nukes that I've seen on Kuso6rande so far, but I can't give those out yet.
I mean, here, yeah, never feel bad giving out a game that is sort of in the middle range, you know. There are tons of games that are definitely more in the mediocre zone than this. And honestly, you know, with Kuso6rande, you never know what quality of game is going to be given out in the middle of a tournament. You could suddenly have one of the worst games imaginable show up early on. It's just, you never know. So there's no shame. Like, whatever.
No, that's fair.
Oh no, I gave out a game that the players can play a little bit. Oh no, it's not a Jeff game. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
There are shades of gray though. Granted, I gave out Socks the Cat, and I was asked if that was a nuke. So I mean, you know, maybe I have a different impression of what is and what isn't.
Socks the Cat is so bad.
It was so good.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I do too. Okay. I've now lost track again on where people are.
Oh, the dog makes such a sad sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who are you expecting to show up as a boss? The last boss is actually not a unique character. So the bosses are, in order, Cyber, Lady Deathstrike, Sabretooth, and then I believe the fourth one is Deathstrike and Lady Deathstrike together. It's not actually a character that you would want to show up in a game like Sentinel or Magneto or any other character that you would recognize.
Let me see.
No, this is the Games Workshop
game
game of Marvel.
Oh. Let me tell you who the final boss is. Sabretooth and Deathstrike.
Oh. That GameFAQs was wrong then. Is that what you're looking at?
That's what I'm looking at here, yeah.
Oh, did I misread it? I maybe I misread it. So, I think Zimbu is now going to go to, here's Sabretooth. Oh, I forgot about this Sabretooth costume. So, okay, this was made, of course, in the late 90s. This is an era of great tragedy for Marvel costumes. Wolverine in particular got a few really awful costumes at this point in time, and I don't remember if he's using the really bad one in this game. He had this really hideous, like, V-neck, like, deep V-neck thing that was all brown and ugh.
Huh. Wait, Wolverine did?
Oh yeah, Wolverine did. This is, I don't mind this Sabretooth costume. It's fine.
Oh,
wow, you really just have to special him a few times, don't you? You just pull out your super. It's an alright super though. He basically just does his super from Marvel versus Capcom, really.
Okay.
Sleeveless yellow number from the first 90s cartoon. Oh, okay. There was another really hideous one where he got like this T-shaped pattern that I think was created out of spite because the artist who was working on X-Men at the time was fired, or he was moved to another comic. and so he gave Wolverine this disgusting costume that the next penciler, he disliked it so much they gave him a new costume right away.
Really? Oh, I love it.
Yeah. There were a lot of bad costumes from this time period, but mind you, there were a lot of bad costumes from the 80s and 2000s as well. This just happened to be a particularly dark period for Wolverine.
Let me see if I can find the Wolverine Nope, I'm just finding cosplays. Those are possibly the worst Wolverine costumes. I love it. Oh my gosh, no. I found a guy who's using a instead of using claws, he's got a menorah. Oh, this one looks like a Pikachu.
That's not even, but there are other...
Or a banana. I have a hard time saying. I'm just gonna post it in the match chat because it's that important, okay?
That's special. I like how the banana has underwear, like, stapled on. That's good. This was homemade.
Well, yeah. What, do you think somebody paid to get Banana Pikachu Wolverine? No, nobody paid for that. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen here.
Bro, I'm friends with furries. People will pay for anything.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I love this guy. Okay, absolutely an all-star in my book. Let's see if I can...
Well...
Yep.
You know, I'm kind of wondering, when exactly is this wall jump useful? Clades just did it a few times, and the way you do it is by when you're pulling yourself up onto the onto these grabbable ledges, you push in the other direction, and I think you hit A, or maybe you just push in the other direction, but you do a wall jump off of it. I don't think it's ever useful because you can't grab a ledge immediately after doing it. You have to wait for the whole animation to play out. So I don't know what it's useful for.
I'm just imagining...
You can't even attack out of it.
This is the Wolverine costume that the artist made. I wish. It's so good. Anyway, that's all I've got. Oh.
I don't recognize these robots either. Really, all of this is like unrecognizable to me as Marvel, except for Wolverine.
Yeah, I would pretty much agree. Wolverine and possibly Sabretooth.
Yes. Yes, this is the one. Flare Sword 999 has just posted the costume that was so hideous. The artist, the penciler who was coming onto the project, immediately changed it. That's the one that I was thinking of.
Let me go ahead and put this up in the middle for everybody here.
I believe this was used for two issues. I could be mistaken on exactly how many it was, but it was a very, very small number.
Yeah, I could see them not wanting to use this a whole lot.
What's wrong with it? Yeah, okay, that's bait. I'm not answering that question. I don't see the problem. That's bait too. I'm not going down that easily. Some people, no, we're not doing that. I'm not going there. We're not talking about that.
I think the boots.
That brown one is great. No, it's not.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
wow.
No.
Wow.
Garbage taste confirmed from all. I mean, you're all watching Kuso6rande, so I mean, you must like garbage to some extent. But like actual garbage taste. Come on.
I'm not sure. Like, I hate it.
Oh. Ugh. It's just so unpleasant to look at. I just feel uncomfortable. Like the shoulders. Yeah, how do the shoulders stay on? Are they like glued to his shoulders?
Chat, you're like, you're killing Tempestral.
Oh. Oh, that's hideous.
Oh my gosh, it was in a game, huh?
It was the one from the X-Men arcade game.
Oh my
Lord.
gosh, let me share that.
It's just horrendous.
That's amazing.
Now, we've got 3 players who are all in the final area of the game, and I am not sure which of these players is in first, because I think Clades should be. But Clades also looks like... Oh. But Clades is also in an area that looks very similar to the one Muware's in. And now Muware looks like he's on the same stage as Zimbu. Well, I guess we'll see when Zimbu finishes the stage.
Pew pew. Like, I love the password skull X blah.
Yep.
You know, it's not
I
the
see.
worst password system by far, but there are so many. Like, it's a little extra because how are people gonna like remember the password? You know, how are you gonna write it down? Maybe draw the symbol? Yeah, I'd draw the symbol.
You just write down the name of whatever it is.
Oh, Mr. Zimbu, you want to make sure that you have it right. There we go. Good job.
I think Zimbu intentionally fell off the edge that time to get earlier to get the extra lives back.
Yeah.
Weapon X prototypes. Oh, interesting. That's possible. Yeah, I mean they brought back the Weapon X program in so many different iterations, you know. Whether it was, oh well, here's, you know, X2 or Phantom X, or I actually like Phantom X a lot. Or, you know, what wasn't Deadpool part of the Weapon X project, or is the Wolverine blood just a side effect of some other thing? But like, there's a billion Weapon X characters.
He just had a weird blood transfusion. Now he's part of Wolverine.
He has been a Weapon X. Okay, I couldn't remember if he was part of Weapon X or if he was, if the whole he got Wolverine's blood nonsense was a completely separate thing.
Oh no, Mr.
Phantom X
Zimbo
may
is
have been a
dead.
ripoff. Oh no, Jeb! Wait, okay, he's not taking damage. I thought Muir was taking damage after beating that level. That would have been really stupid.
That would have been hilarious, but no, Jeb Bush is invincible. In this game,
This game. Not in real life.
Wolver, aka Jeb Bush, you know, is making his way through this sort of, what is this? It's not a factory.
It's a saw and robot factory.
Saw and robot factory. Very specific. Yeah, we deal
saw and plasma factory.
Gotta be wheeling and dealing, robots and saws. Come on. We build the robots, and then we build the saws to cut the robots.
Oh man, so Zimbu is really like where Zimbu was doing really well before in the Japan levels at dispatching those samurai. You can see that the force damage is really on full effect here. It is almost impossible to avoid getting hit by these slicey dicey dudes, because they just dash at you from across the screen, and it's way too fast to react to. And if you know they're there, it still might be too fast to react to because you have to wait for like these laggy animations.
Let's see. Yeah.
But yeah, Muir's been low stabbing the mid dash. That seems to do pretty well for a lot of these enemies. Because your low jab is the longest range attack you have. But man, they do a lot of damage. Good lord.
Yeah, honestly, it just seems like at this point,
and Muir's now on the same stage.
Bit more time. The timer feels a little bit generous in this game.
It is,
you
yeah.
You may be able to regenerate health every now and then. You know, if we do see people complete this game, that actually solidifies their spot to make it into round 4. If 3 people complete it, then that means that the person who doesn't is the one who's eliminated. I'm completely fine with that being the case. You know, complete the game and you are guaranteed to make it to the next round.
Zimbu and Muir look like they're in a close battle for what I believe is second at the moment. They are very close to each other, actually in the same level. They are like literally half a screen away from each other. Muir's just a little bit ahead right now, although I don't know about progress within the level before this.
I'm glad that they have a giant sign in this factory that says Wolverine, or a target, showing the target of Wolverine, and then circles around. Notice the claws. Notice he has a head.
Yep. He has a head.
Uh-oh.
Here we are. Here's the final boss. It is Sabretooth and Deathstrike together. Or, well, okay.
Even though you technically killed them already?
Yeah. Oh, Lord. what do you do about this? Hold up, what? Okay, the special, but it takes your health away.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Well, Clades can figure this one out.
This boss is interesting. I don't even know how to approach this. Okay. Thank God I'm not playing. Ah! Yeah, Death Strike isn't a laser.
Yeah,
This is the Sonic.
put,
This is the Sonic 3 laser.
I think you just have to kill Sabretooth, and then Death Strike will come down from the laser thingy. Unfortunately, because the players just essentially damage raced Sabretooth before, they're going to have to develop strats to deal with him.
That was my thought as well, is that this is going to be like significantly harder because there's another goal after killing Sabretooth.
I like it.
Even if they manage to avoid the laser the whole time. How many guys with death or dead in their name are there in comics? A lot. A lot of them either created or became popular during the 90s.
It's true. It's kind of dumb.
And then there's characters with like a death motif. Like you look at like Taskmaster, who is functionally just Skeletor, but with martial knowledge.
That makes me think of Michael Scott in the Improv, you know? What is more dramatic than death? Nothing. And that's why you always kill somebody in an improv scene.
So does he like stab one of the other characters in that scene or something?
Nah, he shoots
and then they have
people.
to call an ambulance. Oh.
Well, you know, it's improv. You know,
I
you
just sort
don't
of
have a
figured being
real
The
gun.
Office,
You gotta improvise that you're shooting people, and then they just like fall over. And every time he plays the same character, Agent Michael Scarn, and then just busts in and shoots people. And yeah, that's how you improvise, everybody.
So
oh my gosh!
Moonware has now beaten the problematic level and is ahead of Zimbu. And we saw Clades has now gone back to the last checkpoint that he got, which seems to be on the same level, but Clades has gotten further.
I just remembered I had a second cousin who actually was that kind of improviser. We called him Steven Scenes because every time he was in a scene, people would die. He later tried to blow up the high school, so, you know, there were the signs.
Yeah.
There were the signs. He didn't make it that far, though.
That's good. That's definitely a better situation than succeeding in blowing up the high school. I mean, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, Utah's a weird place.
I know,
your
right?
relatives are weird people. It could be both.
It's everything. Like, honestly, I have a lot of awesome relatives, and I have a few that are a little bit on the side of things, you know?
Yeah. We all have that one person in our lives, at least, right?
Yeah. I mean, I thought that we started getting him to, like, do less killing in improv scenes, but maybe we should have let him do more just to get it out, you know? But, nah, actually, you know, he did, I think, get house arrest for a while. I'm not completely sure what happened after that, but from what I can see, you know, he's working and doing good stuff now, so, you know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it ended up
Maybe you watch
being...
Kuso6rande.
I hope he's not... No, he could
maybe,
enjoy
maybe
Kuso6rande. He might enjoy it, yeah. But yeah, it's like, the good thing is that things didn't get carried out. That's what I think. And that, you know, he has become a fairly decent person from what I can see. So, you know, kudos.
I feel like a fairly decent person can... yeah, I'm not going to finish that thought. I tried in my mind to think of the ways that a fairly decent person could attempt to explode a high school, and I went, actually, well, fair. Yeah, never mind.
Well, you know...
Maybe not, actually.
Think who you were personally 10 or 20 years ago is completely different from the person you are now. And
thank God.
We often think that people can't change, but every single person who looks 10 years back into their past is very different. We tend to think that people do remain the same and that we will remain the same in the future, that we're going to essentially have the same type of thoughts. But no, it's not true. So yeah.
I'm so glad for that.
Yeah. People absolutely do change.
I was a teenager 10 years ago, and I was like I was like a bully in high school, and I wouldn't have thought I was, but I definitely was. I'm so glad that I'm a different person now. I was not a pleasant person in high school, and I think people tolerated me more than liked me, and I'd like to think that it's the opposite now. So yeah, people can definitely change. I know for a fact.
It's not even that people can definitely change. It's everybody changes. Everybody changes over time.
Yeah. Like it is inevitable.
Yeah, and I'm just good that has been a positive change.
Unlike Thanos.
Unlike Thanos?
Well, it's inevitable like Thanos.
Diapers. Yeah.
But it...
Wait.
What?
I don't know. I've never watched the movie. I don't know what Thanos does. I know he snaps a bunch. He's like, snap, 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 snap.
No, he does it once. He does it literally once in the entire movie.
Well, he should have done it more, because apparently he failed.
No, he succeeds. That's the whole thing is that he wins.
In the next movie, he doesn't. That's the thing. Succeeding in one movie doesn't mean you actually succeeded. It means that you over the long term, you failed. So should have been beep-bopping, doing some scat, boom, 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 snap, snap, snap.
There's a 5-year time jump at the very beginning of, like, you should just go and watch, because it really is like the heroes lose for a good portion of those films at the end. It's
what is 5 years?
It's pretty bleak.
In the age of the universe, what is 5 years but a slight little blip?
They did a pretty good job of portraying what it would be like if everybody was unable to live out their normal lives for a significant number of years. After the pandemic, I kind of feel like they did a good job of that, if I'm being honest.
Well, like, maybe I should see them.
It
or
was
I
pretty
could
bleak.
make my own version of Endgame. Yeah. There would be a lot more singing, let me tell you.
The Rosentia cut. Oh, no. We now have 2 players on the final boss.
Yeah!
I don't know how to track hits on these bosses, which is potentially problematic.
I like this music.
I'm glad that we've got got to hear all the music in the game.
Yeah. Do. See, this is what Thanos could have been singing to, you know, as he does all the snap. Beep, bop, boop, ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da. There goes a house. Snap, snap, snap.
I think you have there's a fundamental misunderstanding of Thanos' character in this conversation, I think.
I know literally nothing about Thanos.
He's not exactly that kind of guy. But yeah, I suppose
he would be that kind of guy if I wrote him.
You know, folks, when we were talking about Terminator 2, and I kept getting it mixed up with Terminator 1 because I hadn't seen either of the films, this is what I imagine all of you felt like. And now it's my turn to be like, well, kinda, sure. But is there anyone else have a suggestion?
Look, shut up. My suggestion was good. And it's a rule of improv, you have to take the first suggestion every time. Because it's always going to be a toaster or a blender.
Blade's made tangible progress. What did he do?
I don't know.
Did he... It looks like he's still fighting both of them. Did he die after making progress and I just missed it? He beat Sabretooth. Oh, he must have died after and I missed it then.
Ah, dang it.
Blade said, this fight is miserable. Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
It looks very rough.
I'm really hoping that Anonyman makes it at least to Lady Deathstrike so that he can experience the just horribleness that is Lady Deathstrike. And he's doing all right here, but, you know, I was saying about that force damage. Gotta find a strategy to get past these samurai without getting hit. Jumping over them is working in some cases, but like this dude behind this glass, which is a really nice effect. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, so you can't just jump over them. Thanos works well as a comedy character. Yeah, one of my favorite Thanos comics is actually Thanos. It's called The End, I believe, which, whoa, hold up. Sorry, Clade's just clipped through that elevator by doing the special move. That was interesting.
Okay. Maybe
Anyways, yeah.
Not necessarily helpful, but...
Nope. I just thought it was interesting.
There goes Clades. That was a fast fight.
Yep. Well, using the special move drains your
no,
health,
wait.
so yeah.
When you use the password, do you have to go back to the previous area?
You go back to wherever you got the password, and it looks like there's only one password in this area. Or maybe two. It looks like the last password is in the blue, this sort of like cornflower blue room.
It's blue. Yeah.
Dabba-dee-daboo-die. Can you not heal in boss fights? You can heal in boss fights, but healing requires you to stand still and not press any buttons. You can't even like crouch and heal.
Yeah.
So you have to go back to a safe area.
It's like Hollow Knight rules, except in Hollow Knight you actually have to press a button too.
If they may not have noticed that there is healing, but if they have noticed, it's likely they won't use it because there's 5 minutes remaining, and there's like you might be worried that you're gonna lose time to healing, right? To playing it safe.
I feel like it's fairly clear who is going to be coming in last. I feel bad True Anonyman has been struggling through this game and has done, you know, pretty dang well. But still, it's not quite enough because the other three have just been demolishing this. They've been doing super well.
Yeah, at least you're in a fight, says Anonymous Man. I'm dying to platforming. Yeah, Anonymous Man has put up a really admirable fight here, but is unfortunately just dying a lot in this in the Tokyo levels.
Yeah, you never really know what type of game is going to vibe with you until you have played many Kuso6rande matches. And, you know, there are some people who just adapt super well, and there are some people who don't. And honestly, I love that we have a full variety of skill levels in this tournament. You know, people... they're always the people who do so good at matches that I have no idea how they're that good. Yeah, the Andes, the some girls of the speedrunning scene. It's just always amazing to me.
That's why I'm a game master this year.
And then me, I'm like, if you give me a puzzle game, I'll have a chance. Otherwise, nope, I'm probably losing. What's even better, if you give me a slide puzzle, I'll probably demolish everybody.
Like a Sokoban puzzle?
No, slide puzzles. You know slide puzzles. They're 4x4. You slide pieces around until they're in the right order.
You also slide things in Sokoban, so I wasn't sure if that's what you meant.
I mean, maybe,
but yeah,
maybe I'd
like the one in Super Mario 64. The one in Lethal Lava Land.
Yeah, except you don't get to control that one. And the computer's really trash at that. I mean, you get some coins.
You get coins when the computer finishes.
Well, no, they're coins on top, the red coins.
Yeah, you get I think 10 coins spawn or 5 coins spawn when the computer finishes the puzzle.
Yeah, if you're patient enough.
Like, literally almost never useful, but
I do remember sitting around and letting that happen. Yeah. As Jeff is saying, the time that we played the dinosaur game that was 45 to 50 minutes of cutscenes followed by a slide puzzle, I won that match. Hands down, I destroyed that game.
Good lord.
It was probably my favorite match that I played during that tournament. I'm not going to lie. The 50 minutes of cutscenes were fantastic.
Could do a reverse Kuso where we just all give percentage of games to play and bet on whether he can beat them or not.
Yeah, we should do more sub choices, I suppose.
Oh, I guess that is what that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I just hit 24 months this time around. I should this stream I should pick another game for you.
And I am going to be doing more streams. Started a little bit this last week, and hopefully I can go ahead and just pick it up even more, because, you know, I'm not teaching this fall, and that means that there's going to be more sanity to go around.
True.
More insanity as well. Or in both types.
Anonyman just died right before the exit of this stage, and I feel so bad for him. He's getting through this level very fast and ignoring all the enemies, which is what I did to get through this level really fast. But yeah, it's just, you take little hits here and there, and you carry us on to the next stage, and it's just a war of attrition.
Ah, man, I hate attrition.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think the places are pretty well set at this point.
Yeah.
Clades definitely has done to this fight first and probably has done the most damage on the bosses.
It seems like he killed Sabretooth, so yeah, he's the only one to have done so.
I believe Muware is in second. I'm not 100% sure between Muware.
Yes.
Okay.
Muware has made it to the boss. Zimbu has not yet.
Gotcha.
I don't believe so.
Gotcha.
But Muware definitely, if Zimbu's gotten to the boss, then Muware has made it to the boss first.
Holy crap, I did a bad trying to stop that timer. It stopped. There you go, everybody. Tim. That is the match. Tim is the word around here. Congratulations to all of the players, especially to Clades, who managed to play this game the best. Whether or not that's a good thing is another question, but I'm going to go ahead and invite Clades to come and chat. Oh, Tempestal, I think everybody's going to beat the game. Nobody beat it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to invite Clades to come and chat if he would like, and he does. Hello there, Clades. Welcome and Congratulations.
Hi, thanks. That was almost an okay game.
Almost an okay game. That's a good way to describe it.
That's what Tempestal was thinking. He's like, this feels a little bit like a softball. But honestly, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Just because a game is playable doesn't necessarily mean it's good. And honestly, playable games are still really interesting to watch to see people's strategies. Yeah.
I didn't realize until the very end that there was a second special move, which then turned out to be almost entirely useless.
Oh, the uppercut? Yeah. I forgot about that one too.
Yeah, the first one carried me through the first Sabretooth fight quite handily. It wasn't so useful the second time. But yeah, if the hitboxes on his attacks were better, I would actually say this was probably above average for Game Boy. But as it was really frustrating, especially finding out that the samurai guys on the second stage had about a 2-pixel range where you could stand and hit them without getting hit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Honestly, though, I do think that this game, at least visually, I love the art. I think that it looks really good for the Game Boy Color, especially the animations for the individual characters. Some of the NPCs even had interesting animations that seemed smoother than almost any other Game Boy Color game I've seen. Maybe the combat and the levels left a lot to be desired, just because they're a little mazy and difficult to figure out where to go, and honestly felt a little uninspired.
They weren't that bad as far as figuring out where to go. Usually if you went the wrong way, you went for like a few steps and there was a power-up and then you turned around. So that part wasn't the worst.
Okay. Yeah, I guess watching 4 streams, I had a hard time telling what was going on, but that's sort of my life around here. If I'm able to follow it, that means it's very easy to follow. Yeah, so you say that it's almost a good game. What did you particularly like about it then?
Let's see. Really, it just... it felt like it was on the cusp of being enjoyable. Like, the platforming wasn't too bad, the hit detection was a little off.
Okay. And,
it could have stood improvement, but I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think this
good
overall is a fairly enjoyable game, and just because a game has problems doesn't mean that it's necessarily unenjoyable. And even if we call this a bad video game tournament, there are often many redeemable qualities to a game. And honestly, I think that if I played this as a kid and I liked X-Men, I probably would have enjoyed the game. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, this one, if I'd had this as a kid, it would not have gone in the bag of games I didn't play for certain.
Yeah, considering that this was made by the makers of Tubin for Game Boy Color, they did so much better with this one. And Little Nicky, they made Little Nicky for Game Boy Color, and that is a mess and a half. Ugh. So yeah, I'm glad that they actually did some fairly good work for the Game Boy. Cool. Well, Clades, I think this gives you a very good chance of making it into the bracket, so great job. Is there anything that you do over at your channel or anything you need to plug?
No, don't have anything going on.
Any games that you're playing offline that you're loving these days?
I've been getting into Guilty Gear Strive lately a lot, and of course, I've been getting back into Final Fantasy XIV as well.
Everybody! Seriously, everybody. I love it.
Everybody.
Nice. Yeah. Who do you play in Strive?
Nagoriyuki.
Ah, nice. Are you enjoying getting
big Nagoriyuki.
Totsuki'd all the way into the Shadow Realm?
Oh yeah, that happens.
What is Strive? I know. Well, okay, that's a loaded question. I shouldn't ask it. We can go ahead and discuss that another time.
It's a fighting game where people throw dolphins at you.
Okay, that's a lot better than I imagined. Interesting. Okay. So dolphin throwing. Go over to Clade's house and you can throw dolphins with it. Well, thank you so much and congratulations. Best of luck for your next match. You are looking very likely to make it into the bracket. Tempest Troll, thank you as well for the game. Take care, both of you.
You have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, have a good day.
See you, Clades.
See ya.
Everybody, we've got 2 more matches today. Let me go ahead and run this ad after thanking Dude for the resubscription. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the follows. We give out a lot of prizes, and since this is my main job, everything helps. So thank you all for the support. In 1 minute, we will see who the next GM is. See you then. Oh my gosh, I love this Rystar music. It's just good old beep bop. It's a good one. We're not eating any Red Panda sandwiches here. No, bad brew task. I have been informed that they are off the menu.